Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to make a video talking to you all about celebrities. I have to make this video because I don't really care, because I do get responses from celebrities sometimes and I'm like, I don't acknowledge them. Not all of them are bad. I know which ones are, just because Jesus tells me, but some of the bad ones are really bad. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are of God. Some of them openly worship Jesus. Some of them will put Jesus in their song. Some of them will give God his actual credit, but there's a portion of other celebrities that are just devil worshiping, and people think it's cute. And let me tell you something right now. There are celebrities on stage worshiping the devil, and people say, oh, that's just an act. If you see a chicken walk in the room acting like a chicken, looking like a chicken, basically making noises like a chicken, laying eggs like a chicken, like biting like a chicken, pooping like a chicken, and like, oh, it's just an act. Are you stupid? Like, where's your brain? Okay, I can't sugarcoat this, because, and yes, it's the same thing Jesus says when you get to hell. And it's like, you followed them straight into a trap, and you fell straight for it. They confessed in front of you, and you let it happen. So, for the people who do that, the first thing they see upon entering hell is Jesus with fiery eyes. I'm going to tell you a secret. Fire coming out of Jesus' eyes, and you're like, I did not know. The first thing I was going to see was Jesus. I didn't know. Oh. And yes, the Lord's wrath was kindled. That part of the Bible is dangerous. But these people, when they step away from God, and I'm going to tell you something right now. If you see a celebrity on stage dumping blood on themselves or fake blood on themselves, that's not okay. That's not okay, and they're all doing it. You see the black stuff that they use? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that is? Do you think they're playing around? That's actually what's in Sheol. For the parts of Sheol that's not on fire, for the swampy parts, because the under the earth is mostly, I can't talk about it much because I don't want you guys to have visions of it, but that black goo is what you walk through, and you have to keep walking or snakes bite you. These animals, demons bite you. But let's talk about this. Oh, I have to help you guys with this one because it's a bit much. For the visions I've been having, flat out having, I thought it was an angel, it's a human. For the visions I've been having, holy moly, they're even doing stuff. I'm just gonna say what they're doing because you end up at their concerts. Do you know what they do at the concerts? Do you know what they're doing with the wristbands? Like, do you know what they're doing? Do you know what they're doing? I can't even say it. I wish I could say it. I have to stop myself from saying what they do at concerts. Those wristbands that light up are not wristbands that light up. What are you guys doing? It's an easiest way to sign your soul over. Some of you have contracts you don't even know you signed. And everyone's just walking after each other. Whoa. And everyone, it's nuts. And for some of the people at the celebrities get backstage, I can't even talk about it. I wish I could say more, but I'm not allowed to. But Jesus is telling me what I can say, because anyone who comes between me and this message will meet God directly. So, and the Father himself said that. That's the Father. So, holy guacamole, this is enormous. Like, if you sing some of these song lyrics out loud, and I've tried it. I've used myself as a human dummy. I've had groups of people do the same thing. We play a soundtrack or a song. We're like, can we please listen to this song? It's a really good song. You start playing it, that literally summons a demon. Behind what? Let me talk to you about something right now. Who was God's main angel back then? Lucifer. What was Lucifer's job? Lucifer made music. What did God let Lucifer do on earth? Make music. The devil's here, walking around, looking like a human. And people don't know that. People don't know. And they're taking droves of people with them. They're taking so many people with them. And I realize how many people are ending up in hell just for listening to the wrong kind of music. Just for following the wrong artists. Because you're doing their rituals. You are spreading their influence. So, I'm seeing new people in hell that don't... you thought wouldn't belong there, but they can't break out of it because their subconscious is so much into what was sown by the celebrities that made them go there. Like I said, not all celebrities are evil. They're not all evil. They're not. But the evil ones, one apple can spoil so many apples. Let me say one artist, because I don't care. The Weeknd has porn playing in the background of his music. If you don't, all the music. That's why people get so sexually excited when they listen to his songs. You listen to one song, you feel your bones, your joints, and you can't control yourself down there. This is the first time I ever said this in a video. The first time. Maybe the last, but not the last, I don't need to make 100 videos about this. It's because I'm saving you guys. That's why when people go to his concerts, they can't control themselves. Why? When you listen to the music, you're like, ooh, it's like, what the? Like, you're closing your legs, like, why is this happening? Because it's riddled with magic. For real. And people will listen to this. That music will hurt your bones and joints. You listen to it, and you pay attention to after the song, you're like, wow, what's wrong with my joints? So this is the first time I'm ever allowed to say this on video. I don't really care. I don't. Jesus is coming very soon, and he's coming very soon. If I'm making a video like this right now, Jesus is coming very soon. If and then. If then statement, yes. But I'm saving a bunch of you because some of you guys just don't know it, and you're having problems. You're getting into, what's it called? You're getting spiritually married to incubus and succubuses through songs. You wonder why some of you can't find your love lives. It's because you're tied to these songs. Literally, you play an anthem. I'm gonna tell you another secret. I used to be in ceremonies when I was a child. Orishas, stuff like that. That's how I know how bad it is and how evil Orisha is. It's all demon worship. I grew up in it. I have never told that. Some people do know. I have talked about it before. It's all demon worship. It's just a pretty name for a demon. It's a pretty demon. But not all demons are bad. That's how they get you. Stupid people say stuff like that. But not all demons are bad. Yeah, not all, like, for real? Like, if someone really... That's natural selection. That is flat out natural selection. Not all highways are not good to walk across. It's like, okay, goodbye. Hasta luego. Let me get this fly off me. Flies, in my case, are actually good luck. I have to tell you guys why eventually, but let's just say some necromancy's at play. Good necromancy, the holy necromancy. Jesus came back from the dead. So Jesus can bring back things back from the dead too, which he's pretty cool. Jesus is pretty cool. He can raise the dead. You ever watch Game of Thrones? That's Jesus. He can do some cool stuff. But what I'm telling you guys in this video is there's so much at play that you guys can't see. And it's I just got to a point where Jesus just said, just make the video. You have to. You can't not make the video. The Holy Spirit said, basically the same thing as Jesus said. She added some commentary. But there are so many people in hell right now. And they're just like, how am I here? I don't get it. But they can't, Jesus said you have to break out of that. And they're like, it's not wrong. Because once you get to hell, Sheol, your beliefs don't change. They don't. You stay stuck. You're like, okay, this is me. Why do you think so many people are stuck there? Why do you think so many people are just literally stuck there? It's because of their minds. They won't accept Jesus. So what does accepting Jesus mean? It means you accept what he says. And he says, this is not right. You got to stop it. And they say, no, but. And Jesus is like, I don't want to hear but. Like, I said this once. I'm not going to say it again. So even the wristbands they give at the concerts. Look at the wristbands. Look at the wristbands. Does no one see it? Look what's inside the wristband. And everyone, it's a contract. they light up because there's something inside of it that has something else inside of it. No one even checks. There's smell on it. There's a smell on it. And everyone's missing it. No one asks. Jullie zera hasmashkedabis. Rasmokirismos. Attending a wild of greld and herensman. But bunch of sheep walking off a cliff. Jesus will lead you into green pastures, but no one's asked. I mean, the thing is, no one cares. If you've seen them admit it on stage, then that's not gonna mean anything. Like, they're flat out admitting it. That's how you get, that's consent. You've consented. There are some people who will walk up to you in public who are psychics, and they basically said, you have such great energy, can I have some of your energy? But they don't say it like that. They say, I'd love to get to know your energy. I'll tell you what your energy is if you let me read you, versus if they just said, can I have all of your energy? You said yes, you can't get out of bed, you're wondering where your blessings are at. Good Lord. Good Lord. There's so many people, and that's the thing, you're like, well, it's just a concert, I just showed up. You sign yourself out of being in heaven by being in an audience of someone performing a satanic ritual. Literal whole entire rituals. NFL players doing it. And you're in the audience, you're watching it, that's what you're consuming. You could be reading the Bible, getting to know Jesus, and this is what you do? I have to tell you right now, I said this in a video before, but heaven's empty. And now, seeing how completely empty heaven is, there's like no one up there. My goal is to get more people to go to heaven, because it's nice up there. It's so nice in heaven. And people don't know what earth is. They don't know what... I mean, some people like the heat in hell, but they don't like the demons that they're next to in hell. Like, so many people think they know what's best, and they don't. Heaven's amazing. Do you know how big heaven is? You know how many heavens on heavens, like the Bible says there are? Heavens on heavens on heavens on heavens. Like, do you know how good God is? This is just a test to see what you guys are like without God. And some of you really reveal yourself. It's kind of like if you are put in a room and someone comes in with bait gossip about someone else that you know, and you're recorded. You bait gossip because that's who you really are. So some people really are these devil-worshipping people, but they don't want to be active about it. They like to be subtle about it. Like, well, I just do this a little bit. I just see her spill some blood on the stage and roll around in it and put up some sigils and stuff like that, and I just look at it. And I don't actually do it, so it doesn't matter. You're guilty. Guilty as charged, and I'm helping you, because for the people who continue to listen to music after this, you're going to have a different life because Jesus... I mean, for the people who listen, you're going to be so blessed, I can't even tell you how blessed you'll be. Every path you have will open. God's covenant between men stays. Your ancestors, fathers have a covenant with God, and it's strong, and that covenant stays. But God says once you can look at that in Deuteronomy chapter 33, 31, 32, and 33. Once you see that part where it says if the covenant breaks, you won't know what hits you. And people are walking astray, and they're walking away, and they think their way is the best, but God's just nourishing you. But he says, I have rules, but the rules are to keep you safe, but I have to know how you really act. You gotta listen to God. There are some hard-headed individuals who will hear God directly. There's a list of, not you guys, but there's a list of certain people who will hear what God has to say and be like, I don't really feel like listening to you. This is why the Bible talks about fearing God. How many times does it say to fear God? Do you know how much it sucks in hell? Like, for the people who literally turn their back on God, let me explain like this. Take a lighter and put it on your finger. Don't actually do that because of YouTube policy. See how much that feels. Or just even the thought of it is like, no thank you. Now visualize that as your whole body. No, you don't want to visualize it. Don't do that. Rebuke it. So I say I rebuke visualizing that as seeing that myself, doing that. and then accept Jesus. Say, Jesus, I accept you, and that will never happen. And then follow Jesus' word. Because there are people in hell right now who are kind of okay with it. They're just like, you know what, the heat's not that bad. I could scream as loud as I can. They're like, they ration it. They're like, I just do the same thing over and over. And then there's some people who like, I can't stand even a little bit of heat. If you couldn't take that one little bit of heat, and people think it's a joke. There's 7 different parts of hell with different compartments. One day, when Jesus is closer, I'll teach you about the entire layout of hell. There's an entire map. Every wall, every column, every level, every floor, every fake wall, every water, every swamp, the color of the fires, the smells. Don't go there, guys. Stay away from these artists because they're taking you with them. They get points. Their demons will torture them less with the more of you they bring. So, one more secret about Sheol that Jesus allows me to give. A demon is actually tortured less in hell. They are in less suffering if they torture people more. Think about what I just said. If they take as many people with them, then their torture is less. Do you know what they would do to make sure their torture is less? Anything. Imagine if you were... No, actually, I'm not going to do that. Imagine you were making money, right? Making thousands of dollars in a second. Every second. And every single second. And then imagine if you would make $2,000 by giving $1,000 away every hour. You're going to do that because it's going to make you more. Same thing in reverse in hell. Any questions, ask them in the comment section. I can only warn you guys so many times. I give some major secrets out in this video. For who I've seen in the columns of the earth in the past week, come on. 26-year-olds. Good people. Good people. God would never let a good person go to hell. But if you don't listen to him and you ignore him, you could be a good person all you want. You're still going to scream and burn. And it sucks. Because he's our maker. You can't defy authority. You can't say to Allah, I don't like the law, so I'm not going to follow it, and be a good person. It doesn't work like that. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao. God bless all of you.